The Starlight Serenade. Lena had always been drawn to the magic of the night sky. As a child, she would spend hours gazing up at the stars with her grandfather, listening in awe as he told stories of constellations and mythology. And as an adult, she still found solace in the peacefulness of a clear summer evening. That's why, on this particular night, Lena had decided to take a walk along the lake shore, watching the stars twinkle to life above her. She breathed in deeply, feeling the stress and anxiety of her busy day melt away as she listened to the gentle lapping of the water against the shore. Just as she was starting to feel like she was alone with her thoughts, Lena heard the sweet sound of a guitar drifting across the water. She followed the melody to a small clearing, where a lone musician sat on a blanket, strumming the strings with a quiet intensity. As she drew closer, Lena saw that it was a young man. His eyes closed in concentration as he played the most beautiful, melancholy tune she had ever heard. She felt her heart skip a beat as their eyes met, and for a moment they just stared at each other, lost in the music. The musician opened his eyes, smiling softly as he nodded to Lena. "Hello," he said, his voice low and husky. "I'm Asher." "I'm Lena," she replied, feeling a flutter in her chest as their hands touched in greeting. As they chatted, Lena learned that Asher was a free-spirited musician, traveling from town to town playing gigs and writing songs inspired by the people and places he met along the way. He had stumbled upon this lake shore while searching for inspiration, and had been drawn back by its peaceful energy. Lena found herself opening up to Asher in ways she hadn't expected. They talked about music, art, and life, their words flowing together like the gentle current of the lake. And as they laughed and joked, Lena couldn't help but feel a sense of connection with this stranger that she had never experienced before. As the night wore on, Asher pulled out his guitar again, this time asking Lena to join him in singing a duet. Their voices blended together like honey and sunlight, creating a harmonious sound that filled the air. After they finished playing, Asher walked Lena back to her car, parked by the lake's edge. As they stood there, looking out at the starry sky, he turned to her with a mischievous glint in his eye. "Would you like to join me on my travels?" he asked, his voice low and persuasive. "I've got a gig lined up in a few weeks' time, and I think you'd love it. We could drive across the country together, playing shows and making music along the way." Lena's heart skipped a beat as she considered the offer. She had always been drawn to adventure, and the idea of hitting the open road with this charming musician was incredibly tempting. As they stood there under the starlight, Lena knew that she had found something special. She leaned in, her lips brushing against Asher's as they shared a soft, sweet kiss. "You're my melody," he whispered into her ear, his voice husky with emotion. "I love you too," Lena replied, her heart overflowing with joy. As they sealed their love with another kiss, the world outside receded into the background. All that mattered was the spark of attraction that had ignited between them, the flame of passion that would burn brightly for years to come.